Hey guys, DJ Jack back with you here once again with another video. And in this video, I want to share it's time for another music fun fact. Not this day in music history, but a music fun fact. How are Sabrina Carpenter and Karan Carpenter similar? Well, Karan Carpenter and Sabrina Carpenter both have that both have a deep voice, but one particular one, Karan Carpenter was the lead vocal singer and also the lead vocal singer of the Carpenters and the drummer for the Carpenters, which is pretty interesting. And she focused more on focused on with her music and stuff. She focused more on similarities that Sabrina Carpenter does with putting love and death in their songs and stuff. But also not just that, they both have emotional stories to tell in and always have a story in their songs. That's what also makes them very similar. Karan Carpenter, I did not know. I just learned that she was the drummer for the Carpenters. Sabrina Carpenter is more adult, contemporary pop. And when Karan Carpenter with the Carpenters were more soft rock and pop. So they have a lot of similarities and a lot of differences between Karan Carpenter and Sabrina Carpenter. The main one is they both always have a story to tell in their songs. And Sabrina Carpenter made stars with being the member of the Carpenters also and stuff, but also as the drummer and the singer. Sabrina Carpenter is more just a singer, but she's also a contemporary pop artist. And the Karan Carpenter was a singer and a drummer. That what makes them two different, and then makes them similar. And both of them have stories to tell. And Sabrina Carpenter has covered a few of the Carpenter songs, but not just that she covered them. They both have attention to get their audience attention with the emotional stories and everything. And every time people go to their concert, we used to go to the Carpenters concerts. They always had emotional stories to tell in their songs, and songs about death and stuff, but also emotional as well. So there's a lot of similarities, and they both have that deep voice. So there's a lot of similarities between Karan Carpenter and Sabrina Carpenter, and there's a lot of similarities. That's really interesting. I just learned this from a video called the Faces Radio Network, which is an internet radio company. They have their own TikTok and YouTube channel, and they're basically explaining all of this, what the similarities and differences between Karan Carpenter and Sabrina Carpenter. And I know Sabrina Carpenter basically named her last name after Karan Carpenter and the Carpenters. So very interesting. They both have a lot of similarities. And as for the genres wise, one's a adult contemporary pop artist. The other one is a Carpenter. Is a soft rock and a pop artist. So they're both basically have pop in them, but they also basically have pop in them. Adult contemporary pop, which is Sabrina Carpenter, and soft rock and pop in the Carpenters. It's very interesting with Karan Carpenter. And Karan Carpenter is a drummer, but more Sabrina Carpenter is more just a singer. But they both of them had similarities where they always had a story to tell in their songs, and it's interesting. It's very interesting. Sabrina Carpenter made her star on the Disney Channel a long time ago, and the other one Karan Carpenter made her debut at being a member of the Carpenters, of course, and all of that. But very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. But there's a lot of interesting similarities with Karan Carpenter and Sabrina, and there's a lot of differences. Because I don't think Sabrina Carpenter is really a drummer like Karan Carpenter was. Because Karan Carpenter was a singer and a drummer. Sabrina Carpenter is just a singer. And and very much influenced today. They have a lot of interesting stuff between their history and the stories, and they always have a story to tell in their songs. So, and they both have that deep voice. So that's really very interesting similarities to these two Carpenter artists that with the name Carpenter and the last name. Very interesting. But they're not related though. They're not related. No relationship. No related, but they are do have a lot of similarities though, and differences. And I thought I may share that on my channel. So besides that, hit that subscribe button. We'll talk later. Thank you.